Hello, foodies, and welcome back to FUT in Review. Today we are recording episode 641. My name is John, and today we'll be talking about a new promotion. And I am so confused by this promotion, but luckily I am not recording alone. I am joined by the man with, well, actually the best cap wearing face in the business, the best beard in the business, and also Mr. Food Database himself. It's none other than the Norwegian Indiana Jones. It's Ingve. Hello, Ingve.
Hello, John.
Hello, my friend. How you doing?
I'm good, thanks. And you?
I'm quite alright. Yeah, not can't complain.
Good,
We
good.
um we did schedule a 3-man show, but Chris is unfortunately stuck, and we have no idea when he's able to come our way. So we decided to just start. We'll see if all goes up. Hope all is well, Chris, and well, he'll be back soon enough, I think. I do, if I am wearing the Rangers kit he gave me last week or on the event week, just out of respect for him. So he's a little bit with us today.
Yeah, that's good.
Avi, sometimes, well, not sometimes, I'm very often confused, but this week I am extremely confused. I want to tell you a story though. I expected today, okay, let me phrase that. This has been a Friday. It's not Black Friday, right? But
Correct.
apparently, at least in the Netherlands, all the stores go on Black Friday today. So I've been spammed with Black Friday messages. I've been called because, of course, for the company that people want to sell us stuff. It's Black Friday. You want to get the dough for half the price, whatever. And all day long. And I came here and I was like, okay, let's see what Black Friday brought us. But Black Friday in food is next week, Invi, the official week.
Yeah, that's the official week is next Friday. They in Norway we call it the stores, of course, they call it Black Week.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
they're like throwing stuff for a few weeks. It's more like Black 2 weeks now this year. Started on Monday and they're still going Black Week, and now it's going until next Friday, I guess. So
And then it's Cyber Monday right after.
Yeah, we have after that. My inbox, my emails, there's never been as many commercials coming in, popping up in my email box as during this Black Friday thing. So I guess the stores are eager to give me lots of cheap stuff, but I haven't been tempted yet.
No, didn't buy anything yet?
Well, I kind of bought, but it wasn't on sale though. But I needed a new controller for my Xbox, and I found a good deal on the
Why would you need a new controller for Xbox? You didn't happen to toss it across the room, did you?
I didn't toss them, no, but they were.
You did slam it onto that.
They were quite tired, so a few of them. So FC25 kind of wore them out, I guess.
Yeah, I definitely know that feeling. Although, knock on wood, my controller is so far doing pretty well this season.
That's good.
Although I can't say I survived the first day of Black Friday week, so I bought way too much already. So I'm trying not to buy anything for the next week. I'm staying out of my email. I'm definitely not going to stores.
That's good.
But that made me confused because we have a different promotion. Before we start diving in the promotion, we had a chat with some feedback within the podcast team this week. And what we decided also, because back weight is, well, for most of the case, and I was a little bit lucky yesterday, you were a little bit lucky yesterday, but generally speaking, back weight has been abysmal for most people, right? And we got some feedback that's actually maybe not such much fun to listen about us discussing players most of the people can't afford, or we can't even afford. So we've decided that during promotions, like today's promotion, we will look at the team. We will say all the cool players, but we will not take any deep dive into what we currently think are unaffordable players. We will mention them. Sure, this player looks cool. Hey, but it's 4 million. Enjoy. I'm not going to spend any time on that. If the players are expensive and you could buy them, you don't need us to tell you it's actually a good player to do so. So we're looking instead on players for the deep dives. that are either affordable or overcited and might be worth a highlight. I still think Aubameyang this week was actually really good. As Did I say that right, Invi?
Yep, you did.
That saves me repeating myself. No Black Friday. What did we get though?
We
Actually, I forgot something. Again, you can see I'm a little bit rusty, but Invi, we should start with something which we forgot for the past 2 weeks because we had a rotating schedule. But I want to talk about
This week in Football Ultimate Team.
this week in Football Ultimate Team. How was your week in Football Ultimate Team? What rate would you give it? And what was either your highlight or your nightmare moment?
Well, the highlight was that I got enough wins for the upgraded rewards in Rivals, which gave me around almost 200,000 coins in rewards since I packed a few good players. So kind of,
Well done, well done.
yeah, that's it's not happening often, so I'm enjoying it while I can. Other than that, there's been decent amount of content. I have liked a few of the player SPCs, I guess, because there are some nice ones today, of course. I came out cheap. Foot Legend, which I will talk about. So that's been nice. We got a kit SPC as well yesterday. Her
Makes you
game,
happy always.
yeah, always happy. Her game 2 kit. So I did that one, of course. So that's a big plus as well for me, at least. We had some showdowns, which I like, of course. So that's been quite okay. I still hope that the players, not the showdowns, because they are fine, but other player SPCs hasn't been as good as I hoped.
All
Always
saving for Black Friday, Friday.
yeah, I hope so. We already, I think, most of us, for some bigger type of cards being released that will go into the team. I looked at Zanetti, but I feel that it's not worth 350,000 coins. So
I'm really glad you felt that way because else it made me look silly on the shorts about him this week.
I think that's too much. I'm hoping for something more exciting, usable, that will make my team. But I like there's been quite a bit of showdowns. I like those. I've done pretty much all of the showdown SPCs released so far, and I think I'll be doing that this week as well because they're good priced cards. They are quite usable already. If they don't win, they will still fit some kind of cool evolutions on the way. So and they're not too highly rated, so you won't be too tempted to put them into an SPC, hopefully. So kind of makes it a little bit more exciting following those.
Cool. So general number for this week, what do you rate? 1 is really bad, 10 is awesome.
I can give them a 6 this week.
That's from you. That's the highest number you've been given so far.
Yeah.
Well done. Of course, we skipped a couple
The
of good
kit
weeks. But
SPC raised the bar a little bit, so that's helpful, of course. So I'm looking forward to more of those.
if a kit SPC does raise your bar, then that makes me think the bar wasn't all that high. But hey, let's not go there. I would rate my week a solid 7 out of 10. I had some good luck with I packed Patry, which of course I spoke about on the Wednesday show, saying, well, if you pack her, just sell her. I packed her and I sold her. So that was 195k along with the normal rewards. Pretty happy with that, honestly. So I finally have some coins, although I don't know where to spend them on, or I'm interested in actually buying a player. But still, it does help, I guess. So that was good. Got my wins pretty decent. We made 2 tactics this week. So if you are not a Patreon, sorry, they will come in a couple of weeks. But if you are Patreon, there are now 2 custom tactics on the Patreon, which is patreon.com/foot and review. And I have heard some great feedback on that. So that makes me really happy. But generally speaking, I think a decent week in foot, actually, if you ignore all the social media and negativity, I don't think that was a bad week so far.
Which is good. We we need a little bit of positivity, I think, in the community.
Definitely, and that's
It's
what
been
we're
a little
for.
bit down lately, so hopefully we'll get some more good stuff coming along our way.
Yeah, and if it's not our fault.
No, we're doing our best to keep the spirits high.
All right, so promo time.
Yeah.
It's not Thunderstruck. It is
FC Pro Live. And for some of our followers, I guess they remember this promo from last year, which was a little bit miss in the start. I remember Jota wasn't
I don't remember
upgradable.
that at all anymore.
So yeah, so that. But I think it got people watching a little bit more of the FC Pro tournaments. So that's a way to kind of boost the numbers that way, releasing players connected to each pro in the event, which is cool. What we didn't like is that for the players to get all the upgrades, I think we will be in February or something like that to get the max upgrades, which isn't very cool. Because
Well,
I
it's
guess
the Saturday, the 1st of February is when the finals take place. So
yeah. So that's maybe I wish we didn't have to wait that long because a few of these cards will be behind the curve, I guess. But it's cool that they can get lots of different upgrades. You can get an inform upgrade, you can get a skill move or a weak foot upgrade next after that for 6 points. 10 points in the event gives them a roll plus and an alternative position. If the player that represents the card gets 16 points, we'll get another inform upgrade. And if they then qualify for the next step, they will get 1 inform and 1 roll plus extra. And if they win the whole thing, the card will also get another inform upgrade, another skill move or weak foot upgrade, and 1 playstyle plus. So there's a lot of different upgrades for this. So that was kind of a bit fun in the beginning when because they could get quite, I think it was 10 or 12 points. They could get the first kind of game days. So the players got some really nice boosts straight away.
yeah, so until December 16, there's 4 matches. So you could get a player that have 12 points maximum.
Yeah, so they could get
Before Christmas.
could get some cool upgrades.
And if you talk about inform upgrades, Ingvi, that just means a +1 or +2 on the card, right?
It
I
all
know we had that
depends.
question last time. So.
Yeah, but if it's inform upgrade, it depends on what kind of. If they start, I think some cards went from 86 to 88 this year, so I'm guessing maybe 85 to 87. If they are 88, 87 or 88 rated, I think they get just a +1 and above. So if it was just an overall upgrade, it would be a +1 to every card. But I'm guessing the 85 and the 86 rated cards might get a +2, the first inform upgrade, and after that, the higher rated ones just get a +1, which we already knew. So it's a little bit confusing. So we'll see. I'm not 100% sure about the 85 to 87 or not, or 86 to 88.
Probably no. I think you're probably right, honestly. But it's not a +1 upgrade. I think that's the biggest difference. It doesn't need to be a +1 upgrade.
No, they will get more better in-game upgrades usually as well, not just +1s. So which is nice. So we'll see if EA are in a good mood to give us some fun stuff. So hopefully that could be cool.
First question. General idea of this promotion. You like it or you don't?
I'm not a big fan of it, no. It's just kind of a place filler for me towards bigger, better. Remember, I think Thunderstruck came after this promo
and
last
we'll
year.
Probably be there next week as well, I think.
Yeah. So, but the Thunderstruck promo was really, really, really cool last year. One of the best ones, I think, at least for me. So yeah,
I've got some
that's,
criticism on this promo.
FC Pro one. Yeah,
Yeah.
sure.
All right. So the general idea: you check out the pro players, and pro players are connected to one of the players you could get from packs, right? And that means you could root for pro players because what they perform, not only is it cool for the esports scene, that's also cool for us as foot coaching, of course, but makes player watch for because they have the players in their team. That could be cool. Or they'll see them upgraded. But anyways, it shines a highlight on the pro scene, which I think is a good thing, right? There's a couple of issues with the problem here is that they give you the info. So there's an EA site, which if I don't forget, I'll link it in the show description as well, which explains the whole promo, shows you which player is connected to which player, which esports player is connected to which card, I should say it like this, when the match takes place. So it's a pretty comprehensive overview from everything. However, there is no way of actually clicking through on a player or finding a player. We work in the business, so we know most players by name or experiences, or we know them. But for example, we have Afonso here, plays for Luna Galaxy, and his player item is Fabio Carvalho, right? The problem is, how do I figure out who Afonso is? How can I root for him? Only by checking on the dates they've announced the video tournament to check on the stream on that day. But it's not like I can follow his social account. It's not that I can see those players in game, right? It's not if I click on the Carvalho card, I see his link to Afonso or Luna Galaxy, for example. I don't track in game what they will be doing soon enough. And I think that link between you're so close, the idea is pretty good, actually. And I said the same feedback last year, but it's not changed. You can't. Okay, you see here, Stingray plays for Twisted Minds.
Yeah, there is a page where there are actual pictures of the players as well, but it still says the team they play for and what country they are from, but you can't really see what kind of results they've had in the past to be able to qualify or anything. So if you haven't followed the scene closely, you will like, how did this guy do earlier? What tournaments has he played?
And that's exactly what I meant. This could be the gateway of letting everyone involved with the pro scene even more.
Yeah.
So that's my first complaint. It's the info is not there. I think esports, but generally speaking, all sports is not only performed on the pitch or on the race track or whatever. It's all about you following the athletes or the teams and the stories around it, right? Stories lead to more support. Stories lead to actually caring, right? You follow a certain player because he's a great story or sad story, or he's just so good, but that's also a story you can tell. Extreme talent, you name it. If you don't know these players, you will not get to know them better after this promo. That's one. Here's my second biggest complaint about this promotion. There are players linked to this, and I get these players should sell packs, right? So I feel most of the players, and I will probably bring the team up on the screen. I think that's the most easiest to do. I think most of the players are pretty decent players that are on there, right? Or at least like, I think it's pretty well known users. Gabriel Jesus, Oshiman, you name them. We won't go into details on those expensive players. But here's my issue. If I root, for example, for a player, let's say I'm rooting for, he is linked to Nathan Ake.
Yep.
Nathan Ake is 665,000 coins currently. If I'm rooting for him, if I'm rooting for a Tex or I want an Ake to be promoted, I still have to get my hands on an Ake card. Right? If this is you have to root for the underdog because some of these cards are pretty affordable, and you want those cards to maybe grow. But here's the other side around as well. We got Wout Weghorst at 44,000 coins currently. Weghorst is combined I think with Levi de Wit from Team Gullit. Levi could, if I look at the group stage, he could like at least qualify. He will at least qualify, and he could probably win the whole thing. He's at least going to qualify. You might see him in the final, and he might actually win it. But nobody cares because the card doesn't do anything. Why not for this promo, Envy? Right? Make 2 teams. Get a random promo team out with all these fancy players. Still back, you can just go all nuts. There's plenty of players these years to go around. And we got 16 players, I think, on top of my mind.
At least.
How many players are participating in the tournament? 24. Sorry, there are 24 players participating. Why not let people have 24 players, make them all, I don't know, 85 rated? Just saying, and give every single player that logs in a player pick 1 out of 5, or just pick the player you're rooting for. That way, people will oh, I want to root for, who's this Levi guy? Let's follow him. Oh, that could be cool. Oh, I'll take him because I want to take a bet on him. You're sort of betting on players and you're getting a card. It would create goodwill for EA from to the player base. It will also help, I think, with opening the door to esports. And if there are still good players as well in packs, you can still get 20 players in packs. That's perfectly fine. Then it's only a bonus if you pack those players. It's only added, right? But it will bring far more committed. I think this does make sense. I mean, Roussillon, yeah, it's a pretty nice card, but I don't really care about an 85 rated left back because I can't even buy this card. It won't be on the market because people think that player will go far. And I think that's a little bit crappy.
Yeah, it's a little bit annoying with all the kind of, okay, he's extinct, so that pro is going to do well.
Yilmaz will do great. Gravenberg looks an insane card. You can't buy the 87 card. You can't buy him.
No, not unless you're a super fast
Bot.
sniper on the console or something. Yeah,
You
it's very difficult. You need to be very lucky. Maybe if you wake up in the middle of the night and then log onto your console and just spam and try to snipe, you might be able to pick him up because most people are asleep. Other than that, it's going to be very difficult.
And if you the other way around, if you do care about your player and you want to follow the esports, you're actually going to be rooting against some of these top players like Levi, like Yilmaz, like Stingray, Manu's there as well, of course, although nobody would care about Hendrix again. X, you name it, because you want those players to lose now, because if they lose, it will benefit your card. And I think rooting against someone is also not the right tendency in esport. So that's sort of my 2 issues with this promo for me. I mean, it's a filler promo. I'm totally fine with it. It upgrades the last version in January. There's something to be said about it. I think it's too late. But then again, you can't play more matches because they are playing basically every week except Christmas, right? So it's not really a other way to do it. But it just doesn't bring the, how do you say it? It doesn't bring the people into esports. And I think it doesn't make sense rooting for a card that's already 1.2 million. Because I wouldn't even be betting on him, because even if you back that card, I'd sell him right away. Because what happens if he does lose, for example, one match?
Crash, yeah.
Just give everyone a free pick, do root for these players, and get a promo team. And they've done multiple promo teams at the same time this year as well. So why not do it as well? That's just my 2 cents, though. And I like the idea, but I think the execution is not hitting the target.
Could have been better.
Just my, and if you have any different comments about it, you know where to find us. Just drop it in the comments. Don't send any hate message on socials. Just drop it in the comments.
Yeah, it's easier to just be nice, and yeah, just be fair with the feedback. Then it's will get answered as well. So
yeah, and I think most of these cars in view look decent, right? I think most of these, the idea to bring in is actually a good idea. Nobody's going to shell out 500,000 plus for a player to take a gamble for a player that upgrades in January when Black Friday is on the list next week as well. So what was the hope here?
Yeah, it's I wouldn't throw too much coins on these players, but there are some you could get some bargains and some usable ones for very cheap as well. So yeah, I wouldn't throw all my coins out on a card here.
If you would say this player is now low rated or low value, which play and might be going far, which would you recommend or mention?
That might go far.
Yeah, yeah, or at least like be worth. Is there any players in here that you like? He doesn't look good, or he's not very expensive, but if you get this card, well,
Well, there are some I think the Tumbakti card, it would be very difficult for me to get into any of my teams because I don't have any links. So same with the Alabed. Those are two different. If these cards had some extra Kembus, then maybe you could try them. But now it's like having to change the whole teams for those cards at the moment wouldn't be worth it for me. I know they're super cheap as well, but still, I think it's not gonna be used a lot. I think, unfortunately. I do like that there are some new names we haven't seen in promos before, like Morsi for Ipswich, which is
yeah,
cool. I think Redondo, I think, is a cool pick as well from Miami. So Gregersen as well, LA, which is cool. So new faces, which I like. But of course, the rest is pretty much we've seen. We know most of these players from before, but that's just how it is. But I'm guessing Mr. W9 will go far, which
yeah.
you don't like me to call.
No, you can just mention this is Wout Weghorst, right? He now plays
Yeah.
for Ajax, so I'm not
Yeah.
using him this year, but that would be one I also highlight. Yeah,
Good price and should be able to get a few upgrades as well. So, but there are some cards I could mention which I think looks cool, even though I'm not sure how far because I don't know the pros representing them. But a card like Fabio Cavallo for Brentford in Premier League is around 105,000 coins now.
yeah, Schafonso though.
Yeah, so he has some good. He has the Ping Pass Plus. He has the normal finesse, normal flair, normal relentless, normal quick step. Sorry.
Quick slap. I like that one. Let's keep that one.
So, but the stats are quite well rounded as well for a very good cam, I think, and should be a fun player to use. And I think he could do a job now. Double 4-star as well.
Yes. Plus that card, I mentioned Johan Fonzo at the start, right? He's actually a really good player, I think, and he's in a group that I think he should be able to pick up some wins.
Yeah. So that could be a fun card to try as well. I think maybe he'll drop more as well because some of these cards are started dropping a little bit.
Unless people listen to this show and they're like, oh, Gafonso, they mentioned it 5 times now. Let's just
Grab one. Yeah. I also do think that the Oxlade Chamberlain card looks a little bit interesting as well. He is, of course, in the Turkish league, but he's, of course, English. He can start right the wing, right mid, or cam. He has the Power Shot Plus, and I know that's a quite desirable playstyle plus. Also has normal whipped pass, normal trickster, normal rapid, normal flare. So he has some good playstyles as well, which I like. And I think the stats are really good on this card. If you use him as a cam, I think it's a really good looking cam, in my opinion, at least with the stats and with the playstyles. Double 4-star.
Playmaker Plus as a cam.
Yep.
No, this card actually, I gotta agree with you there. I think he looks terrific. Not sure if he gets an upgrade. I think that's like you get 1 win, right? You get 3 points. The same group. I think Nick is in the same group, yeah, as Gafonso. So it's a weird group. I think that there are no Stingray is great. These are all great players, but there's not like one favorite in that group. and so they could eat some points from each other. But the problem is these cards. I also don't expect anyone from those groups to just take them all. That makes sense. So,
but he should also fit an evolution later on as well. I think so. It could be a card worth if he drops low enough. Just I'm gonna pick one up if he drops. He's around 86,000 coins at the moment, so drops a little bit more. I'll be happy to pick one up. I should be able to fit him into the team anyway. So looks like a fun card. I always liked this card. So earlier, I only wish he had a center mid position as well, because that's what he had pretty much every year. But still, looks like a really fun card to use at least.
yeah, I agree. I definitely agree. But I think that's how you should play this promo. Just gamble on the lower price cards.
Yeah,
and from
there are some
there,
usable good cards to pick up. So why not? It's just that's a little bit more spice to the life of Ultimate Team as well. So
I could get a Weghorst maybe and sell him if he goes high, or discard him when he doesn't.
yeah, right.
Either way, it feels good. No, I'm just kidding. But yeah, like I said, if only all the cards were obtainable, I'd care a little bit more. But there are a couple of cool cheap cards that are very nice to have in your team, I think, as well.
Yeah, the Redondo one, he is a perfect link to Messi. 85 rated. He will fit an evolution 100% anytime as well. So
and deep playmaker plus on the CDM, which you don't see very often.
No, and he's got solid stats all over. He has double 3-star, but there will be evolutions coming that you can get those upgraded as well. And if his pro does well, he can get double 4-star anyway. So because he has a good passing, he has Tiki Taka plus, he has long ball normal, ping pass normal, which is nice. Press proven, really nice. Bruiser as well, really nice. And aerial, and this is 6'3" centimeters, 190 centimeters tall player. So he should be able to kind of win the ball, hold it, be able to put a good pass to Messi if you have him. But because passing stats are really good as well.
Just one thing I'm wondering, but could be me. Who's Ramon Hendricks?
Ramon Hendricks
is on the list to be playing for Manu Bachori. It's a player, but I can't find that card. So maybe it's a different name, but
it could be SPC or objective player coming then.
Right, that could be true, of course.
Yeah, because the event hasn't started, so there's no kind of, as long as he's been released before the tournament starts, then I think
so. But like Manu Bachori is always one of the top players to watch, but I couldn't find the card linked to him. So that's one to pay attention to, I think.
Yep.
We got one question about this FC Pro Life coming into our Discord channel, which of course you can join free in the show links. Is the link to it. Homer says, who is your tip to win the pro tournament that these cards are linked to? As a pro expert, who do you think is going to win?
Pro expert.
Wait, I kept my face straight, mate.
Yeah, I think you're a little bit more qualified than me in that aspect, but I think that you can't kind of get away from Anders. He's usually doing well now these days. Nicholas could be a dark horse. Of course, Emre has done well. So Tex hasn't kind of performed as well as he did before, so I'm not sure about him this year. Levi, of course, as well. So those are the ones like I think will do really well and be there up top.
Yeah, I think as well. Like I said, Anders always a winner. I like Manu, Bachori, and Levi. I know will always go for these two guys. I think Nicholas 90 will actually. He's from Cloud9. I think Palacios is linked to him. Let's see him win it. And one of the players that I feel could do really well now, but it could be a gut instinct for me, is actually NATO. And I think he's linked to Gregerson. He's 15,000.
Yes.
He's 15,000 coins now. So maybe pick one up, I'd say. The plus, by the way, and stopper plus, ball player defending plus could also be a really cool card. One of the only affordable players in it. So
yeah, and he's a big center back as well, which is always nice when you face Van Dijk on corner. So he's 6'3",
and he's of course from the best country in the world.
Yeah, so that's always a bonus. Of course, he's from Norway. He links to Haaland, of course, which is nice. He's one of the good center backs Norway have now at the moment. So
Definitely.
well, he's actually 6'4". Sorry. So
192, 192 centimeters.
So he has a normal aerial, which helps. It could be an attacking force for your corners and defending as well. So jockey helps him being more movable as well if you control the card. So yep, could be a dark horse.
So that would be my outside bet. Let's put it like this. What else do we got, Ingvi? Time flies when we're having fun.
Yeah, we got some updates in the morning, actually. Some objectives that popped up from doing well in champs. If you get 10 wins, you can unlock an 86 rated Moments Richarlison card. And if you are a really, really good player, you can get 22 wins and you can unlock an 89 rated Joao Felix flashback card. And that should spice up foot champs this weekend, I think.
It should spice up foot champs.
Yep.
You think so?
Yeah.
It's going to be even more sweaty. So this expires in, just put it out there, 9 days, right?
Yeah. So
you can do 2 qualifications if you haven't done your qualification yet. Else there's only 1 shot left, and there's just 1 wicked leg for you.
No, I think it's two foot champs, isn't it? If it's 9 days.
And you could start them on Friday, but you have to finish on Friday as well. 7 days. It goes, yeah, you can play 2 weekly leagues. Fair enough.
Two foot
So
fit
22,
champs.
2 champs, maybe 1 qualification. If you haven't qualified yet, you can do 2. Because qualification does count, I guess, right? Or is it champs final? It's only champs final.
Champs finals, yeah. So you can't do it. If you could do it in qualifications, then I think it would be, I don't know, maybe too easy. That's hard. That's really hard. You have to be a very good player, I think, to be able to do that. And the card is nice. It's good, but I don't know if he's better than card I'm going to talk about.
Well, he's free though. So.
Yeah, well, if you're really good, he's free. Yeah.
Well, if you're not really good, he's still free. You just go and get him.
Yeah. So that's true. Richarlison, I think, quite a lot. Hopefully, should be able to get 10 wins in 2 foot champs.
So I'm gonna be very unpopular with my opinion, but I love this. Just put rewards, get a player, steady as a player for the amount of wins you got, for example. I know people will now say, but I can't qualify for Weekend League or can't get in, so putting me even more on the back foot, I suppose.
Yeah, but these cards are not super meta at all. So Felix might be almost, but I don't know if he's better than the Grealish card you can unlock from season rewards now. So I don't think it's not something super. I would be more annoyed if he would get 22 wins and unlock base R9 or something. Then,
yeah,
then okay, but not Richarlison and Felix. You can get similar players without playing for champs by doing season objectives anyway. So or an SPC.
Yeah, I agree. But I like the idea. I like it.
The idea is good. I just wish it was maybe over 3 weeks would be.
Then everyone would get it though. Or everyone, but
yeah. That's just my opinion though.
It's just on the. I think maybe it is an experience, but I quite like them giving extra rewards on the even more sweaty modes.
Yeah,
I'm still not playing it, so it's not for me, but just putting it.
Yeah, that's good to spice things up. We also got an objectives players. Simakan plays in Saudi League for Al Nasser, so you get a strong link for Cristiano Ronaldo, should you be so lucky to have one of his promo cards. Yeah, solid defender. Quite similar to lots of other defenders being released. Of course, he's French, so easy to link. You can do him for free, pretty much. It's not difficult to do in squad battles, etc. So that's good. We got the Showdowns. There are 2 cards. There is Van Zer. Probably didn't pronounce that correctly since you're from Belgium. And the foot legend Maxi Morales. At least a player I remember fondly from before. And I like the look of the Morales card. It looks like a really fun card already. If he gets a +2, he would be very fun to use, I think. And of course, you get a strong link to Messi, for example, and other MLS cards. Plays for New York City FC.
Yes.
Good cam, I think. I don't know why he has a CDM. I don't think he's ever played a CDM, but cam, yes.
He also has no CDM place overall, so it is a bit weird.
Yeah, but he has first touch.
He also can't defend. I have no idea why. This is just, I think, a mistake.
Fun card. Finesse, normal finesse, incisive pass, tiki-taka, technical, and first touch. So good cam stuff. So fun card. I think 10k to do from scratch pretty much. I think people probably have the fodder to do it. The other Van Zer, striker, solid all over, double 4-star. And he has finesse shot as well. First touch, press proven, rapid, and Trivela. So
these are nice, mate. 10k, just do it. Do both of them. Just if they upgrade, they upgrade. If they don't, you can use them later for objectives. Worst case scenario, you toss them in the SPC in a month, and you're like,
yeah, that's true. So fun cards, easy to do, cheap, and could give you something to build on if you have an MLS team as well. And we got another player SPC today, which is cool. Lots of player SPCs. That's a known card as well. But it's Sacha Boey, a right back playing for Bayern München, France, Bundesliga. 4-star skill moves, 3-star weak foot. Around 170,000 coins to do. Some solid stats. But is he linked to any pros?
he is. I actually think so, yeah. Although I did click away the link, but I think he is. And well, I'll figure out which he is. But
yeah,
the card itself, though, what do you think?
A little bit strange in a way, I think, because
Bowie is linked to Yuval, by the way.
Yeah, is technical plus on the right back. I would understand if you could start/play right mid or something. It's gonna probably help him if you attack a lot with your fullbacks, but 73 crossing, 55 long pass, 82 short pass is not like something super, and 78 attacking position, 50 finishing. That's a little bit strange in my ears, at least. He has the whipped pass, but I don't know if how much that will help with when the crossing is so low for me.
Yeah, and he's attacking wingback plus. And I've said this a couple of times so far. I don't think the face stats align with these rules because he's not a bad defender, right? And I like the jump,
No,
the speed on him, for example. But I think the dribbling definitely stands out on this card.
yeah,
Like insane dribbling, especially on a fullback. But he can't do anything else. So Basically, what you're doing is you dribble, run up, and then you pass the ball sideways and not even cross. But he can't shoot either, like 50 finishing.
So that's if you put an anchor on him, he could be solid as a stay back right
Yeah,
back.
but he doesn't have the stay back rules on him, so
No, that's also a little bit, yeah. That's why it's a little bit confusing, this card. It could have been really, really good with the right roles slash styles. If you had given him for example, anticipate plus instead of technical plus, that
if you
would
give him
be.
a catalyst, he will have 96 speed, generally speaking, and 85 crossing with 86 short pass and 83 long pass. And I think that's the way to use this card. Put him on attacking fullback, give him some more speed, and up his crossing and passing stats.
Yeah, if you want to attack with him, I think that's the way to go. If you want him to defend, then you put an anchor on him, because then he's got really good defending stats.
Yeah, but not the right rules.
Yeah. That's you have to play against the tide, but
Yeah, that's a good one. You should call this episode Against the Tide.
yep. So yeah, it's
Nevertheless,
if he gets some upgrades, you never know how he could get some good roles and playstyles if the pro goes far, though.
true. I don't
But
think that pro will go that far. But
well, who is the pro?
wasn't it? Yuval. So
Yuval, yeah.
it's a good player. All these players are good. Don't get me wrong. I think there's just some exceptional talents in there. And Yuval doesn't have the best group with Emre and Tex and Umut in.
It's not going to be easy.
So, but
hopefully
maybe
get a
could
few.
get
2 wins.
That's the thing. These
nice.
cards could get at least 1 win, right? 3 points. You should be able to get 1 informer upgrade. This I do like the card itself.
He links to the Tell card you could unlock by doing the SBC's thing.
Also,
earlier. Yeah. So you have a strong link there, very strong, perfect link, which is nice. So it should be easy to fit into teams as well if you want to use him. And I think his cards last year were quite good as well. Well, could be worth giving him a try, at least if you have too much fodder and no clue where to use it.
Yeah, too much fodder. That's something I've not heard this year from anyone. I'm like, I want to do this hero pack. And I'm like, don't know how to do this hero pack.
Yeah, it's difficult at the moment.
It's what it is, Ingvi. It's what it is. What will you rate this promo? If you now would have to give it a rating from 1 is really poor, 10 is really awesome.
I can give it 5, I think, because the cards that are good, it's like unattainable and a little bit strange here and there, but that's for the promo. I like that we have more showdowns, so 5+ maybe.
5+. I'll go for a 6 because I so like this idea of pushing esports throughout the game. I just think the execution didn't need necessarily to be the same as last year. You could have improved on last year's version. And the fact we got heroes for free, or they give heroes upgrades soon as well, right? Means they could give everyone 1 pick, or just make all the players the same rating. And at least, like, I don't know how these players are chosen, but probably have to align with the clubs they play for. So Levy plays for Ajax and he uses Weghorst. I think there's something, but at least they should all be same rated to make it a little bit fairer and obtainable for everyone. Or, hey, these are the SBCs and you can only do 1 of the SBCs.
Yeah.
Right? And then at least you have to choose, and could be something.
Yeah, I just want to mention one thing. It's a little bit positive.
No. Oh, no. I'll sit down. Wait. I'll strap myself in.
Don't fade. We got a new evolution today. And it's called Central Pillar. It's for a center mid type of player. Why I'm happy, kind of, for this is that EA finally added the possibility to do this evolution in Foot Champs, which that's a big plus because some of these cards are actually usable as well, and sometimes you don't have time to do everything, and if you still want to do champs, okay, this card is usable, I can unlock the evolution on the way, which is nice.
I mostly have time to do anything.
So yeah, but I think it's a nice option because many people have talked about that it would be nice to actually be able to do it in champs as well, because the card is more than usable already, and then they can get them even better. So that's I applaud EA for changing that, and I hope to see more of these evolutions where you can do that in the coming months.
Awesome. Envy, talk about highlighting something else.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's time for something we've not been doing for 2 weeks because of our extremely busy schedule and so much to discuss. But it is time for
Community Team of the Week.
out the year because we won't throw anything away from previous weeks. So put your name in, put your weekly updates there, and Ingvi will pick a team. And Ingvi, you've picked a team from this week. And who won this week's community team of the week?
Yes, you can. It's I think one of our newer members on the Discord, and it is Flashman who gave us his team. Posted it actually today, so that's welcome, and thank you for sharing the team. I really like it. He has some really interesting cards. Too many super meta cards either, but lots of different types of rarities.
I don't know, though. Not too many meta. He's got a green Fernal Mendy on the left back. I don't know.
He's got Mendy and Sissoko, but those are maybe the closest thing to meta.
And Van der Ven.
Yeah, I don't face him much, but I like the card design on that Van der Ven evolution, though, by the way. But there's so many different types of special colors, which I like. And he has Giu on the right mid there. And he has Lorente, looks cool as well there. He has Romero, which is a road to knockouts. Yes, I see who you are highlighting. And he has I think it's Kamawinga. It's also a very good evolution player after you do that. Guti, which hero. Quite a good ping pass from him. Robbie Keane one is interesting as well. The SPC.
Not faced him at all yet.
I faced him. I'm glad I'm not facing it every match because he usually scored 2-3 goals every single time for some reason. It's so difficult to stop. Very fun. This is a quite different team to what I face you normally. Same with Saint Maximin is also a fun, well-known player as well. Emi Martinez in goal, which you could unlock from the season. So it's a very different team, at least for me, from what I see normally. So I really like it. It's unique for me.
Definitely, yeah, I applaud this one because it is extremely creative.
Yeah. Every player on full cam as well. So
true, and I was about to say any has except the left midfielder. It's not on full cam. Not full cam.
Sorry, I said Maximin, but he's fine.
That's also true. No, I really like it so. Congratulations, Flash man! You win. Well, infinite fame. Because I don't have anything to give. Thanks for sharing. I hope you like being mentioned on the show. We have one more question sent in, Invie, if you're offered.
Yep.
The question comes from Bankai35, and Bankai asks, does it concern you that playstyles and rules have become more popular or more important than face stats, so the rating on the card itself? For example, would you rather have a player with tiki-taka and 85 passing than a player with 95 passing with no passing playstyles? Similar with rules with our right winger or left winger with no plus rule and 90 rated may perform worse than an 85 with a plus plus in the rule. I have so many opinions about this, but I'm going to ask you.
It's a little bit difficult. I've had players with the plus plus roles, and they don't perform at all. And I've had players which didn't have any plus roll in the position. They overperformed. So it's difficult. I think you kind of just need to see what you have and try how you want to play and see if it fits, and just change the roles and see which one works best. That's how it's been for me. I think it's better than the work rate system, for me at least, because you can use many players that you would struggle to use because the work rates were awful and didn't suit how you wanted to play. So that's a plus. But it's confusing. You just have to try and see what works and doesn't. What do you think?
I think, Invi, that I have to be honest, I quite like this system. I think face styles were getting really boring because the face stats, like you got +1. We remember the days when we were discussing players like, yeah, but he's got +2 on this, he's got -1 on this, and basically the power curve just stayed flat for a long while during the game. And this makes sure that you can bring in the same player but with whole different rules, which makes him feel better, worse in how you want to play. And I said that this week on, I think it was the Art of Foot show, where I said, I like the fact, like look first at rules. Look at play. I want a player to do a certain thing. That's how I build my formation. So I look at, do I have a player on that position with the rules? And then I look, if I have two, which of them is better on face stats. But I like them to be in the right space or do the right things first. Right? It looks like in real football. You can have like a really talented player that's extremely lazy, or you get that really hardworking player that just does whatever you ask, but maybe not as well as the other player when he's in the mood. I'd rather have the hardworking player that does the thing tactically what I want them to be. And I think the combination of playstyles in like the playstyles with the rules, I think makes it so fun to like tune your players even more. Yeah, so I quite like it. I don't think it's a concern at all for me. I think it's the biggest concern is you can't get half the players anyways. So
Yeah,
you be in a lucky position if you have to choose anyways between two positions. That makes sense. But I think face stats definitely matter, and you definitely notice a difference when face stats go up. But if they are playing in roles you don't want them to be in, and I think Virgil van Dijk is an excellent role. People put him at ball playing defender, but they're not giving him the ball to play the ball. They're expecting him to be a stopper, right? Then you're probably better off getting a little bit of a lesser player that has the stopper plus if he just wants defense for you. And the cool thing about this is, because I only see people as a little bit negative, but there's a lots and lots of players that are actually really cheap, and we've spoken about a couple tonight, but players that are really cheap, so you can get them for, I don't know, 20K, 25K, and could fit the position you want them to fit in really well, but they don't get noticed because there are others with better face stats. But the difference isn't that big. I would implore people to take a deep dive in some of these really interesting players. Like I forgot, but the midfielder I've got, the Cam, the French player, and of course I closed my own app, so I can't really see. Mignette, I don't even know. We spoke about it a couple of weeks ago, and I need to play this player. I will check it right away. It is called Milo. A Shadow Striker plus plus with all the stats in the right places for me. Maybe not the best cam in the game, but for me he does definitely work. And I bought him for 38,000 coins on the evening of release, and he's currently 20,000 coins. Nobody wants this card, but there's nothing wrong with this card if he fits the role you want him to play. I think that's actually pretty cool in this version of the game. So it's definitely not a concern for me. It is actually, I think, a very positive thing to do. Makes it a little bit hard to complain though. Not to complain. It makes it really easy to complain, but it makes it harder to compare. That's what I wanted.
yeah.
Anything to add, Ingvi? I actually went through my list. I'm like, hey, I think we touched on everything.
Yeah, I think so. I think we got most things covered. I don't think we forgot anyone. I hope we didn't.
Nope. Only thing I shan't forget, but I have to mention, is that next week I myself am on a pretty weird schedule with all the agreements and appointments we have going, which could mean that I will not be able to do any shorts. If I find time, I will do shorts next week. If I don't find time, you'll have the Tuesday and the Friday official Black Friday show, of course. They will 100% be there. And I will do my best, but don't be startled or don't send messages if there's not a short coming out next week. Because sometimes I can't be in two places at the same time. And believe me, I definitely tried. Avi,
Yeah.
thank you so much again.
Pleasure.
Even without Chris, we still talking for an hour, so I think that's good for a Friday evening. I hope everyone has some tremendous luck this weekend getting their Weekend League wins for the new rewards, of course. I wanted to say, stay safe in Black Friday week, but well, either enjoy or don't try not to spend too much. And we'll see you next week. Have a great weekend. One thing left for us to do, and that is to
Drop it.
drop it.
You. You.